The sea had closed behind them. Pharaoh's army vanished beneath the waves. The people of Israel stood in awe, free for the first time in generations. Moses lifted his staff and sang, "The Lord is my strength and my song. He has triumphed gloriously." Miriam, his sister, took a tambourine and led the women in dancing before the Lord. But soon the desert wind grew dry and harsh. 3 days passed without water. When they found a pool at Marah, it was bitter, undrinkable. The people murmured, but God told Moses to throw a branch into the water, and it became sweet. At Elim, 12 springs flowed, with 70 palm trees nearby, a peaceful oasis before the long road ahead. But in the wilderness of sin, hunger returned. The people cried, "Would that we had died in Egypt." Then at dawn, a strange bread covered the ground, manna from heaven. Every morning it appeared like dew, white and sweet as honey. And at evening, quails filled the camp. But God warned, "Gather only what you need, not more." Some disobeyed, and the manna rotted with maggots. Still God was faithful. A pillar of cloud led them by day, and a pillar of fire by night. At Rephidim they thirsted again. Moses struck the rock, and water burst forth. Then Amalek attacked, and while Joshua fought below, Moses raised his hands to heaven. As long as his hands were lifted, Israel prevailed. When he grew weary, Aaron and Hur held his arms until victory came. At Mount Sinai, thunder and lightning covered the peak. A thick cloud descended, and the voice of God spoke. The mountain trembled as the 10 Commandments were given. Moses stayed 40 days in the glory of God. But down below the people grew restless. They said to Aaron, "Make us gods to lead us." He shaped a golden calf from their jewelry, and they danced around it. When Moses descended with the tablets, he saw their sin, and in fury he shattered the stone tablets. He burned the idol, ground it to dust, and scattered it on the water. God's wrath burned, yet he spared his people after Moses pleaded for mercy. A new covenant was written, new tablets of stone. God commanded the building of the tabernacle, a holy place for his presence. Skilled hands crafted gold, silver, and fine linen for the ark and the altar. When the work was finished, a cloud filled the tent of meeting. The glory of the Lord descended, brighter than fire. No one could enter. Wherever the cloud lifted, Israel set out. Where it rested, they encamped. Yet even after seeing miracles, the people doubted. They feared the giants in the promised land. They wept, saying, "Would that we had stayed in Egypt." Because of their unbelief, they wandered 40 years in the wilderness. From Mount Nebo, Moses looked across the Jordan. He saw the land but could not enter. And there, the servant of the Lord died. Yet his legacy lived on, the man who walked with God face to face.